Okay, I'm back. It's been at least an hour, and this is the uh, clear coat that I'm going to put on there. It's called General Finishes High Performance Water Based Top Coat. It's a satin because I don't want a real shiny coat. So, come look at this, the finish. And if you'll look at it really close up, you can see the wood grain still on there. I hope you can see it, but you don't see brush strokes or nothing like that because that's part of what General Finishes does is that it's a self-leveling, so the brush strokes like even out, and they don't end up having, you don't see anything, which is really cool. And this is actually, I'm not going to say General Finishes is the cheapest paint, but it's actually one of my favorite paints, to tell you the truth, because of this. And I know since I've been using it for a few years, they've come out with some other products I've seen that are self-leveling. So, but this is the one that I've still have paint left over, I guess. And I'll show you another one I think that is supposed to be self-leveling when I bought it a little bit more recently. So this has a what would you call that? An opaque or translucent look to it, and it looks a little white, but it dries clear like a lot of the other stuff you see. And so I'm just kind of putting it on here. You still don't want it to get lumpy or globby, because it will leave a glob on that area there, like a drip glob. So this one I'm again using a new brush. This isn't the same brush that I had for the other one. And so now I'm doing the top. And I think it looks really good. So I'm happy with it. Putting about that much on there. And just trying to make sure I cover it evenly and all the little areas. I'll get inside here. And then I'm going to go through and even it out a little bit. And General Finishes recommends, like, let's say this is a first coat, and then I'll let it dry between coats. The more use that the item gets, the more coats you want to get. I think it's after, don't quote me on this, but I think it's after 30 days they say it finally gets its really hard coat where it's dried to where it can withstand, getting knocked up a little bit. So I also use this on my kitchen cabinets because it's a professional, I guess I use this in homes a lot when they're doing kitchen cabinetry. So with kitchen cabinets, you probably want to put at least 3 coats, I would say. I think that's how many we put on mine in my kitchen. And here I'll probably put 2 coats because remember I want to hurry up and get this done. Although it will get probably knocked around a lot in my daughter's bedroom because she'll be putting junk on there that probably doesn't belong on there. And it probably needs 3 coats. And we'll see. If I can get my goal is to get this in there tonight so she can inhale a lot of horrible fumes. But I'm just kidding. I want to get this in there because I got a cool lamp I got for it, and I have 2 lamps. I'm trying to debate which one I'm going to put in her room with it. So I'm going to continue to do this. And I don't know if you want to see the whole thing. I'll show it a little longer. Being improper as it is, I don't really like to spend a lot. When I'm watching people's videos on how to do things, sometimes they talk way too much. And I'm just like, okay, I get the idea. Let's move on. So I don't want to talk too much to you guys so that you guys get the idea of how to do it. And so one of the things I had thought about as I was waiting in there cooking dinner in between doing this and getting ready to eat was that I was thinking about Bob Ross and one of his little sayings, and I've recently seen a mom wearing a T-shirt that said, I think it said, "No, there's no mistakes, just happy little accidents," and that came to my mind as I was on my break waiting for this to dry. That a lot of times you think that this is you start off with an idea that you want with your project, and you go, oh, I want this, and then sometimes, and for me probably most of the times, because maybe I hadn't done the project before, as I start to do it, it's like not turning out exactly like what I thought in my mind it was going to turn out. But if you're just relax with it a little bit and say, oh, you know what, I like that, and start off with a project with a little journey to go on and go, oh, okay, I'm going to, this is what I'm going to start off with. My end goal is just to like my thing that I've done, and it to look nice. It doesn't have to be perfect, because perfection for me drives me bonkers, and it starts making me worried of what people think more than what I care about. So don't aim for, it's got an exact thing that you think it's going to turn out like, because it may not end up being exactly like that, especially when you're doing something that you haven't tried before. But start with an attitude of, hey, this is what I'm going for, and maybe in the middle of it I'll go, oh, I like something else better, and I'm going to try this instead. So if you start off with that attitude, you won't be as freaked out when things aren't looking exactly like you thought they were going to turn out. And I can't, maybe I'll show you some projects in my house that I thought, oh, I had a certain plan, and then I couldn't get all the paint off or something. I'm thinking of my mantle that I had done a couple of years ago, and I had this plan for it, but when I went to go sand it, the paint was on it so hard that I was just like, I was done sanding it and trying to get it all off. And so I left it, and it was one of those happy little accidents that I thought, oh, really gives it a pretty cool look, and I was fine with it. So be willing to go on that journey when you do these things, and be willing to change your mind, because you go, oh, this is actually pretty cool too. So that's what I have to leave you with. I'm going to give it at least another coat, but I got to let this dry, and I'll be back with you probably when it's finally done. I think I'm going to put I was looking for some stain, because these drawers here need a little bit more, need some more staining right through here. I wanted to lightly stain it some more, but I can't find the color I want. So I don't know if I have any. I have some golden oak. I might try golden oak. It might be one of those happy little accidents too. So just because I don't want to go to the store to go get some more stain at this point. Anyways, that's it for now, and hopefully you'll come see the end result.